As we all know in this room, people come to San Miguel and fall in love with the magic here. And it's not long before they start thinking, what about living here? It's almost impossible to walk our streets and not see a realty sign, see a realty office, see somebody talking about real estate. With so much to offer, San Miguel's real estate can seem a little overwhelming. What's the lifestyle value versus the market value of real estate here? What are the legal and financial and practical insights needed to buy real estate in Mexico? What are the market trends, such as price and inventory, this year and next? Today, Real Estate Advisor Erick Sakal will share what truly drives the market here, beyond the numbers. Erick was born in France, and that's where he got his South Texas accent. He was raised in Mexico City, and that's why our own Fouch family thought he was Chilango. And he's been investing more than 20 years of real estate advice here in San Miguel. He's guided hundreds of clients through real estate transactions here, focusing on connecting them with the community. Please help me welcome Erick Sakal to the Rotary podium.
Yeah. How are you, everyone? Good morning. So let me take this. So good morning, everyone. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. This is a pleasure being here with you guys. And yes, let me just quickly. So the presentation that I prepared for you guys today is real estate, obviously, but in San Miguel, it's kind of different than in a lot of places. Now there is a magic here, and I'm here to explain to you what the real estate is on what draws us here, but a lot of the things that happens when you're already living here. So first of all, yes, before this is basically this is what I'm going to be talking about is the picture, no, the history, the emotion, everything that you don't see. That's not so obvious, you know, and also once you get here, everything that draws you here, once you're here, this is what you realize, why didn't I do this sooner, you know? And so really quickly, so this is me and my wife. My wife couldn't be here because she's doing an exam actually as a real estate agent. She would love to be here, and I'm sure she would be much better at this than me because she's no, well, first of all, she's got the British accent. She's English, and everybody loves a little bit of English accent. But so we're partners in born, married, but also we're partners in this business. Like Robin said, I was born in Cannes, France. That's why I have this Hollywood face. No, just kidding. But at the same time, so I was born over there, but I was 3 weeks old, and they brought me to Mexico City. So I'm what you call a Chilango, a real Chilango. So I have the culture. I'm not only trilingual, but I have also the three cultures because I was married. I'm married to Sarah, and I have two San Miguel kids. I've been in San Miguel for 16 years, over 16 years, so I know the place perfectly. I've been in 20 years. 20 years, really, that's a bit of a lie, but I've been in real estate for 20 years, and maybe even more. I was in Querétaro. I built, sold, and designed more than 300 houses over there. And now I'm dedicating to be a real estate agent here in San Miguel. It's much nicer, and I really enjoy this much more, and there's less risk of investment being here. So that was my real estate company, and I founded Live in San Miguel with my wife Sarah. Live in San Miguel is well, first of all, we work at CDR Forbes. Been there for 4 years. Then my wife joined. I love that company because first of all, the people are great, the brokers are great, but also we have a renowned name in San Miguel for a long time, and Forbes gives us the global part, no? Everybody knows Forbes. Everybody knows that it's luxury and it's quality. So that's I like to see myself as that. And Live in San Miguel is more like the concept that we want to do is like we want people to know San Miguel, to know where they want to live before I tell them where to live. Well, show them where to live and what they want to do in the area and everything. But I think that it's important, like the website we have gives you insight on all of San Miguel, all the cultural stuff, everything, the different areas. So if you explore the website, you'll see all that information. And yeah, Advisor Global Property Forbes. Okay, so this is what people are drawing in San Miguel. No, we have no the colonial charm everywhere, the cobblestones, the colonial houses, 400 years old houses, amazing. Everything is clean, beautiful. I think this is what you see in online. No, this is a big part that draws people of the charm that it has, but also you got the cultural feast. No, you have something for everyone. The food is amazing. You can have like a Michelin star restaurant, and the tacos stand in the corner are equally as good. You know, it's not only about the obviously you'll go there and it's you'll see the Parroquia in your face, and that's gonna raise the price. But it's the food is also great, but the tacos and everything, and the global community. I think the global community is a big part of San Miguel. No, we got people from everywhere. Mostly, obviously, Americans and Canadians, and then Mexican. Well, actually, Mexican second place, which is funny in the real estate I'm talking about, not living here. Uh, but I think the community, and I'll come back to what's not so obvious with the community. The community is a huge part of San Miguel, and that's why I think it's amazing. Once you live here, you realize this is where I want to be. Then you have the perfect weather. I mean, this is amazing when you Google where can I live that's not too cold, not too hot, and mostly great weather all year round. This is San Miguel. San Miguel's got that. Yes, it is desertic, and that's why we celebrate when the rain comes. When a lot of people, like my wife in England, we're like enough. You know, it's like we don't want more. But here we celebrate the rain. Everything becomes green. Everything is beautiful. Even the water kind of cleans the streets naturally for free. So this is a great thing. Weather is one of the biggest things here in San Miguel, and affordable quality of life. So it's you get everything. Obviously, prices are going up uh, because there's a demand for it. So prices go up, but that doesn't say that you have to eat in Atrio every night. You know, you can go to the market, buy your groceries at the Tuesday market. So there's a lot of things that you can do. But healthcare is affordable. Um, Even assistant living. The other day, a friend of mine was like, "Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, I I don't have to do anything. Everything's been done for me, and it's so cheap." Anyways, that's funny to see that, and the living also the referring to real estate. Property taxes are really low. No, really low. Um, Compared obviously to the US and Canada. But this is a great part to have in San Miguel. Okay, so that's what draws people here, and this is what the real magic happens. So the small town spirit, I think this is something that we see and sometimes we don't acknowledge, is that, for example, a small town is there's a respect towards everyone. You know, you know everyone. You walk on the streets and you will say hello to at least 10 people. You know, and you enjoy saying hello. Otherwise, you stay at home. But this is something that I really enjoy the respect to one another. For example, that's something that you don't see every day. Especially coming from Mexico City, when you're in the car and there's the one-on-one culture. There's the letting people cross the street. Mexico, you want to cross the street, you need to look both sides and then run because somebody's gonna run you over. You know, so that's that's something that I love about here, and especially coming from Mexico City, where, like I said, um, the culture of kindness, which is kind of the same thing, but also the giving. You know you're happy here. That everybody you feel that everybody's giving, so you give back. And this is exactly what I've been hearing. The Rotaries, you guys have been doing an amazing job, really, and congratulations on that. But yeah, this is the part of San Miguel that's amazing, is giving back, you know. And then if I have, I'll give. Um, this is something. Um, well, the community of many worlds. Obviously, you got people from all over the world, uh, and extremely interesting people. I know if I would sit down with each one of you guys, I would know. And you, there's a culture. I think there's something we could be proud of. There's a culture of all of us that we it doesn't matter if you know, if you're the best artist, if you're the best musician, but there's a culture that comes more with respect, and I think we can speak with each other, and we can respect with each other. That's what I mean with that. The light, no, like it feels like it's again going back to England. That's why we're not there. Like the sun here shines differently. The sunsets is amazing. Like and this it makes us look better on the pictures, you know. But also this the organic unexpected city. This is really funny. We're interviewing. We like to do that with the people that we work with. And Luis Camarena is an architect, and we are asking why San Miguel, no? What do you like about San Miguel? He said, yeah, I love that it's like a grid, but it's how you call it? It's not square. Like the whole town, the topography of the town goes up and down and everything, and suddenly you will start walking towards the street, and it turns into a corner, and it's completely different. So you can walk all in San Miguel, and you will find something new and something magical in every corner, no? That's something, for example, I don't know, Barcelona or cities like that that are just square. And then New York, everything is after 2 blocks is the same. Here, everything is different. So that's what I feel, and there's many more things, of course, no? But this is what I feel that makes this town magical. Okay, but this is for that I brought this part, which explains why San Miguel is where we are. No, so first of all, we got the post-war artistic boom. So the GI build students came here and started rebuilding the town and cultural identity, and started the Instituto Allende. No, so there's a lot of people that would start coming here from the U.S. Then the NAFTA and the early retirement migration. The NAFTA brought a lot of people that were feeling safer and first of all put Mexico on the map for foreigners. That was around the 90s. And then the UNESCO recognition that put us even more on the map. No, that's like with the boom of the internet. You Googling, you're looking at this, and then you find that there's a magical city. No, uh, it put it on the world stage basically. Then you have the Trump effect. So not to go into politics, but at the end, yes, there's a lot of people, not only that were looking for places to be more comfortable to live, but also in the other side, people that felt that they won, so they came here to invest in money. You know, they were like, okay, so so basically, anyway, this brought a lot of people here into San Miguel. COVID, after a pandemic, that was well, during the pandemic, sorry. During the pandemic, a lot of people came here looking for a place that they can come out, walk in the streets. It didn't feel so much as a pandemic here in San Miguel or in Mexico in general, but it was more like, yeah, I can give the example, like in the UK or France, it was completely closed. Everything, all the streets were closed. Here in San Miguel, you could go out to the market I mean, obviously with some regards, but also the that brought a lot of new younger people coming to live here. No, the digital nomads. They're like, okay, well, I only need to have good internet, and I can work from home. Might as well work in a beautiful city where everything is open, everything is beautiful, and can walk around. And then you have the post-COVID. So this is to 2023 to present when the world kind of were celebrating that they can come out and walk and be free again. They're like, okay, I'm not gonna waste my time anymore at being where I am. I'm gonna go explore the world, start Googling where's the best place to go, and they find Mexico, San Miguel, you know. And that helped a lot. The part that also we were ranked #1 city in the world by Travel and Leisure, and celebrated worldwide as a best city by Condé Nast. Those things, which is PR, and but it's amazing, and it's true for a lot of people. No, it's true for a lot of us, the people that we live here. I do feel that. I feel that's true. Okay, so this is the numbers look on top of each other, but this is a little bit of what the snapshot of what's happening right now this year. So this year's been a little bit weird, but it's growing. It's not like we've got any type of crisis. It's better than last year. We are right now where we were last year. So that means that we still have 2 months to sell, and usually this month is going up. So still got mostly American buyers, 52%. We got then Mexicans, 19%, 2% Canadians, and the rest is 27% is all the rest. The rest, I mean, from all over the world. People are buying from all over the world, India, Swedish, like Chinese, really from everywhere in the world. Now, this is important to state. These are the numbers from the AMPI San Miguel. So this is what we get every week, and we say to our association. This apparently, if you look into the numbers of the city, I think this is around 20% of what really is selling in San Miguel. But this gives you like an overall representation of what's happening in San Miguel, no? Mainly, all the sales that happen with foreigners are represented here. Then we have amount of closings this year is it doesn't appear there, but it's 405 closings this year so far. That's around $230 million. And an average selling price of 540. That the average selling price have gone down a little bit. It doesn't say here, but I don't know why it's not showing, but it's gone down a little bit. It used to be 620. This year's been 540. That means that it's getting there's how do you say the acquisition numbers are lowering a little bit. That means that there's less luxury, more mid-income coming here this year. Okay, so this is what's this year. And this is like your frequent asked questions that we get mostly as agents here in San Miguel. No? Can foreigners buy without trust? You know that if you want to buy in Puerto Vallarta, Cabos, and everything, you need a fideicomiso, a trust, because you need to be. There's a law that states that the foreigners cannot buy from 100 kilometers from the coast. So that's why you have to go through the trust so you can buy. Here in San Miguel, we're far enough from the coast, which is great because otherwise this would be flooding with a lot of people. I think we're good. We are. But yeah, you can buy, and your name will be on the deeds. And I would recommend putting as many people, like if you're a couple or if you have a kid that's old enough, put them in the deed, because when you sell, then you can deduct exempt for taxes. Okay. Which neighborhood is the best for living or investing? That depends completely on what you're looking for. No, there's no single answer. It depends entirely on your lifestyle. I know people that live in Totonico that love it. You're far enough from everything. Uh, Really, it's how you want to live. If you want to be just walking outside and then just have a little cafe, or never use a car, then it's town. Obviously, all those premiums come with a cost. So if you want to live in Centro, walk everywhere, flat walk, and have the view to the Parroquia, and then that's going to cost fortune. But that kind of real estate is selling, and surprisingly, sometimes sells quicker than the rest. Um, is financing available to foreigners? There is. This has always been. It was more complicated last year, for example. It used to take 4 months to get a mortgage. This year, there's some new banks and new financial institutions that are lending, and it's much quicker. Just considered as like around 2 points above what the mortgage rates are in the U.S. or probably no, Canada is much lower. Anyway, but there is. It's about just having a look. I think also what they're asking is to, if you have a property in your country, that's going to be easier to get a mortgage and better uh, rates. Who pays for what in real estate transactions? So this is a good question. So you get the buyer pays for the closing costs. Closing costs in San Miguel is around 5 to 5.5%. That depends on the exchange rate. I'll explain that in a minute. But usually it's 5%. 1% is for the notary's fees, and 4% is the domain registration, no? The traslado dominio. That is a tax you cannot avoid. If somebody says, "Oh yeah, my notary is going to give me a better discount," they would give it on their fees, not the tax. That you cannot exempt on that. So that's what the buyer pays. Also, they pay closing costs, and you have to get an SRE permit. SRE permits is Secretaría de Relaciones Exteriores, which is Secretary of Foreign Affairs. That means that you need to ask permission to the government on regard of that house, meaning that you will be treated as a Mexican on regard of that house. You cannot exempt paying taxes on that house. You cannot say, you know what, I'm foreigner, I don't want to pay taxes. No, you have to pay, and your government cannot come and claim that house. That came. There's a pretty cool history in there actually with the French. It's the cake wars. That the Mexican government attacked a baker's shop, and he said, "No, you're not taking it because I'm French, and this belongs to the French, and so that's why this exists." So now it's like this is Mexican, some Mexican soil. You cannot do anything with that. And so, and on the other side, the seller has to pay the commission, which is in San Miguel is around 6% plus tax, which is 60% on that. And this is the average, so we can share it with our colleagues in town. No, it's 3 and 3, or if we get both, we get the 6. If you give less, then maybe they're not going to do as good job as that. And then also you have to pay your capital gains. Capital gains, there's a lot of strategies in that area. There's ways to do it, like I said, for example, to putting more people on the deeds. So you get an exemption per owner, but it's not as easy as just that. You need to prove that it's your primary residence. So that primary residence is you need to put your names on the services, and anyway, it's a whole strategy, and you need to get your RFC number, which is your tax number. And how long does it take to buy a house? It depends. It depends really. For example, I found for the SRE permit usually is the one that takes the longest. Nowadays, I found somebody that can do it in 3 days, so you can close in a week, being a foreigner. Is escrow? Yes, we usually use escrow here in San Miguel. That's the way that we do it the most. It's The notaries here in Mexico are usually the escrow. So you arrive and you give a check for the 10% to lock down the house and then start the whole process, and the notary will keep that check. The problem is when you have different currencies, dollars to pesos and things like that, or dollars to dollars also, the notary gets complicated. So that's why escrow is good, and we trust them very well. There's like a couple of companies that we use all the time. All right. So what's coming next in Mexico? I think we're getting more nationalities coming and more people from all over the world coming and buying. Um, Moderate growth. That means that we won't have a boom. We don't have a up or down. We're still growing, still selling. Uh, Increasing decentralized sales. That means that there's more and more people, foreigners, not only Mexican, looking at vineyards outside of San Miguel itself, of Centro. So they're looking in not only Frailes, which is a little bit on the outside, it's even go beyond that. We're selling in vineyards like in Viñedo San Miguel, Viñedo Los Remedios, San Lucas, even all the way to now with the new highway to Dolores Hidalgo in Santísima Trinidad. No, in big houses. Those houses are worth like $2-3 million. So that's the decentralization happening. And the bunker effect. This is a friend of mine that said this is what's coming. I think a lot of people are looking for a safer place to be. You know, it's like when you feel like you're in danger, you go to a place that you're feeling safe. You know, and I think San Miguel can be your bunker for a lot of people. All right. Um, what to do? Well, this is pretty simple. Is look for your priorities, which I spoke earlier. Like, what do you want to live? Do you want a car? Do you want to drive? Do you want to be close to everything? Visit and experience the neighborhoods. That's really important. See where you want to be. Lock down on some spaces and go visit them and maybe rent there for a month. Think long-term goals, same thing, and work with trusted local professionals like myself. I mean, we get along with everyone. We're in AMPI. We did the exam that my wife is doing right now. There's a lot of things that we know, and also we know with who to work with, no, with the notaries and who to trust, the lawyers and everything like that. Very quickly, is myth and reality. Is everything cheap in Mexico? Well, no, it's not. It can be, but it's not really cheap. This is international. We're competing nowadays, especially in prices and houses in Centro, with London, Paris, really New York and places like that. But it can be cheap if you want to. San Miguel, just a tourist town? Not really. No, now we have a lot of people. Most of you guys live here full time. We love it. It's not a tourist town. There is the tourist effect, but it's not a tourist town. Buying Mexico is risky and complicated for foreigners. No, I think this is quite simple. It's just understanding, for example, the notaries. Here, notary is not the same notary as in the U.S. Here, you won't find him behind the Walgreens. You know, it's like it's a really important figure in Mexico, and they do their due diligence, so you are protected. Just come to us, and we'll recommend you because there's notaries to notaries. You know, and then you'll get a huge home for very little money. Maybe if you go really far away from San Miguel, but yeah, that doesn't happen anymore, and you won't get those bargains don't exist anymore. You know. San Miguel is there's a lot of demand, a lot of people are looking for it, and everybody is looking for it. Like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter if it needs a little bit of work. Well, even if it needs a little bit of work, it's going to be really expensive. So thank you again, guys, for your time. And this is our website, liveinsanmiguel.com. This is what I was saying that you'll find. There's actually like a section like giving a little description of all the neighborhoods and what to do, what to eat. We're trying to expand it as much as possible. And yeah, let me see. Well, yeah, if you guys have any, if you can subscribe to our newsletter, it's usually once every 2 weeks, and we explain to what we're going to have in town and the new houses.
Okay.
Questions, please.
We are short of time. We've got so many questions. So I'm going to invite you to ask your questions of him as soon as we close, because we're going to close in about 30 seconds. We have a few questions that also came in line, and I want to thank our online folks for those. I have forwarded them to Eric. Is there anybody from Zoom who was not in the room, so can't talk to Eric? No questions. No questions on Zoom today. So I want to thank Eric for being with us,
Robin.
and please see him afterward in the Centennial.
Thank you.